Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title of today's video, we're going over the top 5 legend builds in NBA 2K20. Now in this video, it's not me showing you guys how to make the best builds or anything like that. It's me just showing you, imagine this build with 10 extra badge points in every category, 99.9, all that stuff. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoy. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. And without further ado, let's get straight into this. So, as you can see, the number one build that I'm showing right here is the two-way slash play, playmaking defender build. And like I said, this is me making this in the best situation possible that I feel like with all the badge points added and all that stuff, this is the best way to make it. Now, if you were making this build in a default way and made it like this, it's going to be horrible. It's not going to be good. But the fact that you get the extra badge points makes it so you can value attribute points over badges. So you're going to see I could do things like, you know, have defensive rebound and block and interior defense all upgraded on the two-way slash play and sacrifice the shooting badges a little bit. So you end up with 6 shooting badges, 20 playmaking, 23 defense, and 8 finishing. I feel like this is the perfect way to make this because normally with the two-way slash play, you have to lack in the defense like department quite a bit, whether it be interior defense, defensive rebound, something like that, or just have no finishing at all and have good shooting, playmaking, and defense. But like I said, right here, I feel like 15 to 16 shooting badges is plenty enough, and the fact that you could have such great defensive attributes all over the place, great physicals. With the wingspan, I'm recommending to go one tick down on the wingspan so you can have 83 ball control. And like I said, we're picturing all this in the best situation possible. So that is with all the +5s and all that stuff. That'd be 88 ball control. That build is insane, bro. And the two-way slash play is already one of the best builds in the game. Actually, the best if it were up to me to decide. But like I said, with all of that included and the fact that you could have all your badges and everything, all +10s and everything, this is what I want to do with this video. I want it to have like cool little imagination factor to it. So like I said, I hope y'all enjoy this. And I forgot to mention in the intro, but if we get this to 500 likes in the first 24 hours, I'd really appreciate that. That'd be big time support from y'all. But moving along to number 2, we got the playmaking glass cleaner. This is basically the same exact build. I kept this breakdown a little bit short because it's very related to the number 1, and we'll move along with different like styles after this build right here. But anyway, you're gonna see I go with 64 ball control. I'm making this exactly how my boy Nut DF made it, and you know, he is literally the kingpin of this build right here. I mean, he put this on completely. A lot of people have made this build throughout the community, and obviously it's because they followed what he made. And again, I'm just kind of showing the best way to make this at legend, which in my opinion is exactly how he made it. So you're gonna have contact dunks at 99.9. You're also gonna have the long athlete package for the hop dunks and all that stuff too. And then you don't really lack anywhere defensively besides steal, obviously. Now, you have to hurt somewhere, unfortunately. If you guys really wanted to, we could do the same thing as we did with the playmaking defender and lower something on the shooting and put that into steal. But for my money, I don't know. I just wanted to show a little bit of variety. I'm just showing that in both instances, you could make this playmaking defender with a little bit more shooting, but waste it on, you know, attribute points that you're never going to use, like free throw, if you play Park only. But you know what I mean. But anyway, I would go one tick up from the minimum right here. Obviously, you know, you don't gain anything for having minimum wingspan between that and the one tick up from it. But anyway, playmaker takeover. This build would be insane, bro. I mean, contact dunks with literally the fact that you still get 11 finishing badges, and then to be 6'8" as well. Now the tough thing about that build is that with the playmaking glass cleaner, you have to maintain the 99.9 to have contact dunks and all that stuff, and that is the struggle with it. But the fact of the matter is, we're talking imagination, we're talking the best possible situation. Legend build, 1 game, what do you want to use? Legend build 99.9, that right there is insane. Now with this part right here, I got 2 builds in one part. So for number 3 on my list, I have the pure lock or finisher, or it's the two-way finisher, whatever you want to call it, with 3-pointer upgraded and mid-range, but we don't have to worry about the shooting badges because we're going to get 11 of them no matter what anyway. So this is where you have the pure lock, 30 defensive badges, which is actually 40 defensive badges with max defense ratings, 18 playmaking, 24 finishing, and 11 shooting. And the fact of the matter is, with this build, bro, this would be a stage lock nightmare. I'm talking 40 defensive badges, max defensive ratings, still a good secondary ball handler to take advantage of low defense point guards that are probably trying to hide in the corner. You have great driving dunk. You can even carry things like floor general and dimer and stuff like that. And it's so premium. Now, the thing that makes this possible to make is the fact that to be able to competently shoot in the stage, you're gonna have to upgrade useless things like post fade, free throw, even mid-range maybe if you consider that to be useless. But you're gonna have to upgrade things like that to be able to shoot. Now with this, you don't have to upgrade post fade, free throw, anything like that. So that's when you have extra badge points, or attribute points I should say, left over. And now I'm going to show you a more offensive variant, I guess, if you will, of that exact same build. So now this build right here is the two-way finisher, but with slash and defense pie chart rather than the pure defense. So again, this is the slash defender rather than the pure lock. There are a couple major differences with these builds. The big similarity, however, is the physicals are really great, and you can go with the speed invert pie chart. Makes complete sense too. You still get max speed even at 6'5". If you want to go taller, I suppose you can go pure speed, but I feel like that vert is actually pretty good for getting chase down blocks and whatnot, you know, guarding on ball. But anyway, the big difference between the two is when you upgrade things like free throw and post fade on this slash defender build, it actually gives you the ability to get, I think, like 7 or 6 shooting badges. However, again, just for my money and what I would, you know, suggest to do right here, I wouldn't suggest to put all those extra, you know, useless shooting badge attributes in. So you're gonna see you end up with 31 finishing, Hall of Fame finishing badges too, still 21 playmaking, 33 defense, and 11 shooting, and the ability to still shoot mid-range and three-pointer. This is an insane build. You still get max speed and vert and acceleration and all that, and it's still a really good on-ball lock build as well. So you see the blocks a little bit low and the defensive rebounds a little bit low as well, but you're gonna go ahead and see when we go to 6'5" with this thing, look at how much they go up. 67 block all the way up to 81. You're gonna go with max wingspan too. It goes up to like, I think 86 or 87 block. Again, this build is really good and it's really nasty, bro. Like, I just think this thing could be insane with, like, you know, I think it brings more to the table offensively than the pure lock does. You can see the ball control is a little bit better, and if you do choose slash takeover too, that would put you at 86 ball control on takeover. Actually, I think like that'd be you know, 81 at default, so 91 ball control on takeover with slash takeover. So anyway, really interesting build. Let me know what y'all think of this stuff as well. Feel free to leave any comments, any feedback. Tell me what you think of all these builds. So moving along to number 4, we have by far the most dominant build in the game already. And then when you make it legend, I think it'd be so much more. So the reason I don't have this higher on the list, it's the 1v1 post score build. So it's the slash and shooting pie chart. The reason I don't have this higher on the list is because I feel like the only thing that it's really good for is like strictly 1v1. But here's the thing, I'm gonna show y'all how to make it so you can play something like 2v2 if you wanted to. So it's gonna be 7'3", don't get me wrong. And you see I go low on the driving layup as well. Kind of have to if you want to be able to do things like shoot threes. Now, the way a lot of people make this build is they only upgrade free throw, post fade, and mid-range. They don't upgrade three-pointer, or maybe even not upgrade mid-range and three-pointer at all. You end up with good shooting badges, right? And you're like, well, what's the point of having shooting badges if you can't shoot? Here's the thing, and I'm gonna pause it on this and kind of talk to you about this. So people like to have the shooting badges for their post scores because it helps with the post hooks. So I'm talking like green machine, volume shooter, hot zone hunter, all types of stuff like that. It actually helps you in that situation. So you're gonna see you have 31 finishing, 26 shooting, 11 playmaking to help you with post spin technician and all that stuff like that too, and 19 defense. And at 7'3", this build is an absolute slasher nightmare. Like, I hate playing builds like this when I play on the 1v1 because they bring so much defense to the table while still having great offense. So you're gonna see again, you have crazy things like 88 interior defense with 82 block and 19 defensive badges, 95 strength, and you're still 7'3". It's so hard to score on these dudes if you're an all-out like slasher who just only scores in the paint. And even for that matter, I mean, you're still obviously the thing that they would defend, like, you know, struggle with defending is the outside point guards, stuff like that, or guards with really good speed. But for that sake, I mean, this build is literally unguardable in that situation as well. So anyway. Number 5, we have the BP build or the PlaySharp as well. So these are both offensive threat variants. I'm going to show these. It's going to split into 2 categories like I did with the pure lock and the finisher. So I'm starting off with the playmaking sharp one. Now I'm going to warn you guys, this build is strictly meant for 3v3. You guys have seen AK play with this on the channel if you're familiar with, you know, all my videos and stuff. This is actually, so AK has a 6'2" version of this. I'm recommending to make it 6'1", and there's a reason for that too. So we're gonna show for both situations the slash sharp, aka like the BP build, and then the playmaking sharp as well. So this is like the meta stage 3s point guard build, if you will. Obviously it provides great, you know, speed, shooting, consistency when it comes to shooting, getting open on your own, all types of stuff like that. However, the way a lot of people make this is they go all out on the shooting, all out on the playmaking, and decide between the finishing and defense, right? Because it's tough to find the right situation whether you want to have like 10 finishing badges or 10 defensive badges, whatever it may be, and then you still end up with, like, you know, really high shooting and playmaking. Now let me know if you guys think I'm tweaking and if you should still make a build like that. But I just feel like if you could have what, like 27 shooting badges with 29 playmaking, that's already enough in the first place. And then to still have solid defense and solid, like, you know, finishing attributes, if you will, still have things like lateral quickness, defensive rebound. Obviously, I mean, you still upgrade lateral quickness no matter what on this build, but have things like steal, defensive rebound, still be able to upgrade some of your finishing as well, and just kind of fill in the attribute points a little bit better. Let me know what y'all think, if you should like go with the, you know, the default way of making this versus like how I did it right here. But anyway, to explain why to make it 6-1, you actually end up with 99 speed in the right situations with all the, you know, the Gatorade boost and the 99 performance and all that stuff. And like I said, man, that build is tough to deal with as far as like that stage threes, like defense stuff. Now, speaking of tough to deal with, we have the BP build as well, and I'm going to recommend to make this short as well. So the thing is, I don't recommend for these builds to touch the 2v2 court. You're way too small to defend any of those two-way slash plays. You're never going to be able to hold your own in a make it take it situation. But I will say, for 3v3, you don't necessarily need to do that. Now, it will run into its problems where, you know, you're gonna find builds like what I had on the number 3 in this power ranking list, where it's like the pure lock who sits corner, or, you know, the two-way finisher title is what it's called, or you go with that other variant that I had where it's the slash and defense, and it's gonna give this build problems, right? Like, this thing cannot defend anybody, whether it be in the corner or anything like that. But for the matter of like stage threes, sometimes that stuff doesn't matter. So anyway, I showed 2 different variants of how to make this. You could either go with like the no defense aspect, or you could go with you know, like a more balanced aspect. But anyway, in this situation, you have 26, 31, 27, and 11, bro. That is insane. That is ridiculous. And you still get things like perimeter D, lateral quickness, steal, yada yada. You get the deal. Anyway, I would recommend to go 6-1 with this as well. You see the speed and all that stuff, 91 with 89XL. You're gonna go down in the weight, acceleration goes higher as well, and lateral quickness is still solid. The ball control is gonna just like skyrocket when you like lower this wingspan as well. 89 ball control, and like I said, 99.9, that's 94 ball control with 99 speed, 99 excel, and I think around 90-ish vert. And then I would probably go sharp takeover with this as well, just because, like I'm saying, it's meant for like stage threes. You're probably gonna be looking to force up more threes rather than, like, you know, dunk and stuff like that. But anyway, amazing builds here. I think all 5, 7, whatever you want to call of them, are amazing builds. Let me know what y'all think. Give some feedback. You know, tell me your indifferences and just tell me what you like disagree with, or if you just completely agree with this full list. But anyway, like I said, maybe even let me know your number 1 build. I feel like that's pretty much a given, though, that it's the two-way slash play. And if you made it to this point of the video, put sharp in the comments to show your support that you made it all the way through to this point of the vid. But anyway, other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed, and like I said, if you did, feel free to drop a like, and let's try to get to 500 likes in the first 24 hours. But anyway, other than that, take it easy, man. Peace.